I'm nursing my morning coffee, ready to roll out to my downtown studio, when I spot Ida flimsy wooden fence, thrown up overnight like a cheap MOVY prop, blocking my driveway. I'm talking rickety boards, nails sticking out like they're begging for tetanus shots. And there, smirking like she just won the lottery, is Agnes Hensley, the 62-year-old HOA dictator of our sleepy Savannah suburb, clutching her tablet like it's the key to world domination. I'm Nate Carver, a 38-year-old indie game designer who thought MOVYing to Willow Creek Estates would be my ticket to quiet inspiration for my creepy games-think haunted mansions, flickering lights, and jump scare soundtracks. Boy, was I wrong. The real horror wasn't in my code. It was Lee VYing next to Agnes, a retired insurance agent who runs our neighborhood like her personal fiefdom. This fence? It wasn't just a fence. It was war. And let me tell you, it got wild. Willow Creek is the kind of place you'd see on a postcard sprawling oaks, wraparound porches, the hum of lawnmowers every Saturday. It screams kids on bikes and sweet tea on rocking chairs, not HOA tyranny. But Agnes? She's got this place on lockdown, strutting around in her starched khakis with a 50-page rulebook she probably wrote in her sleep. Where does she once find a guy for a too whimsical mailbox? I thought it was a joke until I met her. A week after I moved into my ivy-covered Gothic house, I got an email from her. Urgent. Porch light violation. My lantern was excessively radiant, disrupting the neighborhood's VY Sewell harmony. It was a 40-watt bulb, not a spotlight. I'm a chill guy, so I swapped it for a dimmer one, thinking I'd keep the peace. Big mistake. That was like tossing meat to a shark. Agnes smelled blood. Next, she went after my gargoyle statue. Yeah, I'm that weirdo with a creepy statue for VY Bess. She called it disturbingly macabre. Lady, I design games where skulls talk. A gargoyle's my happy place. Then she sent a hand-drawn diagram claiming my grass was 1.6 inches, not the regulation 1.3. I'm out there with a ruler, wondering if I've joined a cult. The kicker? My music. I work late, tweaking eerie synths for my games think John Carpenter VY Bess. One evening, I'm testing a track, and there's Agnes at my door, looking like she just swallowed a lemon. Mr. Carver, your so-called music is shattering our tranquility. It's 7 p.m., and I'm inside my own house. She handed me a citation, quieter than her gardener's leaf blower. I knew then, this woman was out for my soul. Enter Lila Monroe, my 45-year-old neighbor and freelance baker who smells like cinnamon and sanity. Lila's the kind of person who drops off muffins just because and knows all the neighborhood dirt. Over coffee, she spilled it. Agnes has been like this forever. She once tried to ban my roses for being too VY brand. She hates anything fun. Lila warned me Agnes targets newbies to break them, like a heat-seeking missile. And then the fence. I open my garage one morning, ready to drive, and there it is, this ugly barrier across my driveway, blocking my car like a prison gate. Agnes is on her lawn, watering her azaleas with a smug grin. Good morning, Mr. Carver, she chirps. The HOA approved this to boost curb appeal. Curb appeal? It's blocking my life. I ask calmly, how do I get to work? She shrugs. Rules are rules. I'm speechless, smelling her fertilizer and wondering if I'm in a sitcom gone wrong. I tried reasoning Gmails, voicemails, even while VYing like a desperate puppy. Nada. Agnes doubled down, saying the fence was VY towel to property values. Meanwhile, I'm parking 3 blocks away, hiking home like I'm in a serve VY Val game. It wasn't just a fence, it was her power trip. Agnes kept the hits coming. A violation for dust on my windowsills. I needed a magnifying glass to see it. A citation for a soda, kin to my recycling that wasn't mine, and a sticker on my mailbox for a non-compliant sheen. I caught her spying with binoculars, nodding like she'd cracked a case. Lila laughed when I showed her the dust note. You're lucky. She fined me for overly aromatic lilies. But she got serious. Nate, she's trying to break you. Push back. I tried small acts of defiance, kept my gargoyle, triple-check my recycling, measure my grass to exactly 1.3 inches. It felt good, but the fence was the real fight, and Agnes wasn't budging. Then, Mother Nature threw me a bone. Savannah's no stranger to summer storms, but this one was a monster 60 mph winds, flash floods, the works. That fence looked like it'd collapse if you sneezed on it. I emailed Agnes, all neighborly. Hey, that fence doesn't look storm-ready. Maybe check it. Her reply? The HOA deems it sound. Your input is noted. Sound? A breeze could topple it. I leaned back, smirking. If this storm did what I hoped, I wouldn't have to lift a finger. That night, the sky unleashed hell. Rain hammered my windows, winds howled like my game soundtracks, and at 1 a.m., a crash shook my house. I grabbed a flashlight, threw on a raincoat, and stepped outside. The air reeked of wet dirt and chlorine. Agnes's fence was toast-splintered boards everywhere, half in her fancy infinity pool, now a muddy swamp with cracked tiles and a plank floating like a lost raft. Her pristine lawn was Sludge City. I stood there, soaked, laughing like I'd just slain a dragon. Then my phone pinged. An email from Agnes, sent to the entire neighborhood at 1:15 a.m. Due to Mr. Carver's reckless disregard, my property is damaged. Legal action will follow. Reckless? I didn't touch her fence. She's blaming me for a storm like I'm a weather god. I snapped photos of the wreckage and went inside, plotting. I called my buddy Sam Reed, a 50-year-old journalist with a knack for digging dirt. Over beers at a dive bar, I laid out the saga fence. Violations, Agnes's unhinged email. Sam grinned. Nate, this is gold. In minutes, he found Agnes's fence lacked a city permit and was 6 inches over my property, line big violations in Savannah. Lila joined the fight, pulling out a binder of Agnes's nonsense, including an email about her baking's unauthorized aromas. The jackpot. Lila's Ring camera caught Agnes, gloating to her crony Betty about how the fence would show Mr. Carver who's boss. Grainy but damning. We had her. Sam mapped the plan. Hit Agnes at the next HOA meeting with evidence property records, permit logs, satellite images. Lila compiled a dossier of Agnes's abuses. I built a presentation, pacing my Lee-Vying room like I was designing a game boss fight. The meeting was in a community center that smelled like stale coffee and defeat. Agnes strutted in, gavel in hand, her khaki sharp enough to slice bread. She droned about mailbox colors, but I was locked in, heart pounding. When my turn came, I stood, clicking to a photo of the fence blocking my driveway. This is illegal, I said, voice steady. It's on my property, unpermitted, and it's ruined my life. The room went silent. I showed Sam's records no permit, property line violation. I played Lila's VY Deo, Agnes's voice clear. This'll teach him. Gasps erupted. Agnes's face soured. Out of context, she sputtered, slamming her gavel. I kept going, showing her email blaming me for the storm, photos of her trashed pool, her sound, fence's fault. Agnes, you owe me an apology, a new driveway, and maybe a pool guy. She claimed the HOA approved it, but I was ready, pulling Lila's binder. Years of fake violations, roses too bright, mailboxes too dull, even a fine for excessive holiday spirit. Neighbors murmured. Then Tom, a neighbor who'd ghosted me, spoke up. Did you use HOA fund for your pool? Agnes froze. Sam slid in with bank records showing sketchy withdrawals. The room exploded, neighbors shouting, Agnes's cronies shrinking. Her gavel snapped mid-bang, and I swear I saw her tear up. Someone called for a vote to oust her. Hand shot up. Agnes was out, replaced by Lila, who promised fewer rules, more muffins. The crowd roared. Checkmate. The fence came down the next day. Agnes paid for her pool and a settlement for my trouble. I parked in my driveway again, no more hikes. To celebrate, I threw a backyard bash with Lila's blueberry muffins and my creepiest scents. Everyone came except Agnes, probably sulking behind her curtains. Tom brought a beer, apologizing. Didn't know she was that bad. I clinked his bottle. Live and learn. Looking back, this taught me you don't need to be a fighter to beat a bully, just patience, allies, and karma. Agnes thought she owned me, but I flipped her game, legally, logically, with a side of sass. I'm in my driveway now, coffee in hand, no fence, just open road. Agnes's lawn is still a mess, and she glares from her porch. I wave, all teeth, and she bolts inside. Game over. So, what's your wildest neighbor story? Ever face an Agnes or a Karen? Did you fight back or fold? Should I have taken her to court for more? Could you live in an HOA like this? Or is it a deal breaker? Drop your thoughts below, hit that like button, and subscribe for more crazy tales. Trust me, the next one's a doozy garage, some accidental art, and a neighborhood meltdown. You won't want to miss it.